Now we're at item number 4, an application for a certificate of appropriateness in the Borough of Manhattan. Docket number 15-5592, Block 531, Lot 45, 48 Grange Jones Street in the NoHo Historic District Extension. A Renaissance Revival style store and loft building designed by A.V. Porter and built in 1896-97. The application is to remove cast iron vault lights, and this was read into the record on April 29, 2014, being presented for the first time.
Good morning, Commissioners. Carolyn Passion, Preservation Staff. The subject property is located on the north side of the street, just to the west of the Bowery. Here are existing condition photographs of the sidewalk. I would say about 3/4 of the sidewalk is concrete, and right now you have an existing steel diamond plate that right now there's a shed for the new storefront that's going in. You might have remembered this building before it came forward to replace storefront infill, and then it actually came and got an approval for staff level. It's basically a restorative storefront that's going on here. So this is an application to remove the existing cast iron vault lights that are beneath the steel diamond plate and to install a new concrete sidewalk. And so the, I guess the owner of the building, one of the owners of the building is here to discuss that proposal in more detail.
Okay.
That's Jonathan Landman.
Okay, hearing open. Motion, second. Thank you. Just add what you need to add. Put your name on the record, please.
My name is Jonathan Landman, and
Okay.
I live in 48 Grange.
Mm-hmm.
And we were here before with a
Yep.
storefront, if you recall, a door, actually, last year, which we did. And then Philip Lim is here before the committee, maybe not this group, but for the storefront and the sidewalk. Our sidewalk is in bad condition. It's vaulted, it's hollow underneath, and the steel beams extend from the face of the building out to the curb. And these are the steel beams. So this zone is all vaulted. And the existing structure is partially brick arches, which you can see a little bit of here, from the curb back to this steel beam. And then these were the old traditional vault lights of these commercial buildings. Over the years, they have all broken. And there's no intact vault light. About a third of them have been physically removed. Somebody at one point put a garage door in. You can see it's this last bay here. Here it is here. We put a garage door in, and in the process wanted to ramp up and drive vehicles into that garage. So they removed all the vault lights there and put in some corrugated steel decking and poured concrete. The vault lights here, as I say, have all broken, or were all broken at some point. And that steel plating was put in, I don't know when, but 40s or 50s. Is to the stage where it's deteriorated now. So our proposal is, because the beams are in such dire condition, we've actually closed our garage. We have no violations on the building, but our structural engineer was concerned about the stability of the sidewalk, the structures, the steel beams. So we've closed the garage door. There's no access to the building at this point. But we would like to remove everything, everything from the face of the building to the curb, the steel beams, the brick arches, and the remnants of the old vault lights. You can see, I guess you can see here, they're all broken. This was a vault light. Here's the standpipe, the fire standpipe, rusted, gone here, and here it's gone. This is the typical condition of the lights. And I mean, it deteriorated because the vault lights leak, and they broke, they leaked, and rusted.
Okay.
So our proposal is to remove, I handed out two things here. One is literally what I have up on the wall here. And the second half there is what we propose to file with the New York State Department of Buildings, which shows the removal and the reconstruction of the sidewalk. We are proposing to put the steel diamond plate back in place, only because it's kind of a vestigial reference to what the lights were. The community board too suggested that they like this vault lights to become steel diamond plate and much of silver now. So it keeps that kind of history there, and we like it. But we would like to remove the substructure. So none of this is visible now. None of it will be visible when we're done. It's all sort of terrain. So that's what we'd like to do.
Okay. Questions here? Anyone? I'm going to go to testimony. We'll be back to you in a moment, perhaps. Barbara?
Barbara Zay of the Historic Districts Council. In addition to providing sunlight for subterranean building spaces, sidewalk vault lights are a character-defining feature in NoHo, lending a distinctive charm to its streetscapes. Given that there are companies that continue to produce cast iron vault lights, including Circle Redmont in Melbourne, Florida, HDC would prefer to see the vault lights replaced with vault lights rather than thrown out completely. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Comment on what's been said, if you wish?
I want to comment, yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
There's not a single vault light on Great Jones Street today.
Yeah.
I walked up and down, Great Jones Street is 2 blocks long.
Yeah.
Goes from Bowery to Broadway. And there's no building on Great Jones Street with vault lights. And there's only one 20-foot wide building with steel diamond plating. Everything else is just
Yeah.
sidewalk.
Okay,
That's the only.
thank you. Yes, Joan, discussion?
I can support this. I think that it's a reasonable proposal, and I think the fact that the owner is going to put the diamond plate in memory of the vault lights that were there, which is something that precedent has been set, and we've approved things like that in the past. So I think it's a perfectly practical and reasonable proposal.
Michael
and
Devonshire.
appropriate.
I would typically be in favor also of restoring or replacing the vault lights, but in this case, I think there's compelling enough information that these things are just completely gone, and I can approve their
Okay,
replacement.
Libby?
That and within the context of what else has happened on the 2 blocks of this street, allow me to support it.
Yeah, I agree. They're past salvage, and I don't see any reason to have to put them back. I think the diamond plate is enough of a recall.
Agreed, and also because they haven't been visible, they've been in a concealed state. It'd be different if it was something we were seeing and they were deteriorated.
Yeah, I agree with comments of previous commissioners, and, the diamond plate is an appropriate, substitute that we do use in these particular cases, so I'm fine.
I think it's too bad that there are no
Yeah.
lights
Yeah.
in that block area to show what was there even, but this isn't, I guess, the project to bring it back. It's a shame.
Okay. All right, agree. And close hearing. Motion second. Marjorie? Thank you. Approve it.
In the matter of a certificate of appropriateness for 48 Great Jones Street in the NoHo Historic District Extension, the application is to remove east cast iron vault lights. I recommend approval, finding that the cast iron vault lights were covered by stainless steel diamond plate prior to designation and are in a deteriorated condition beyond repair, and therefore their removal is warranted. That the installation of steel diamond plate over the proposed concrete sidewalk will recall the placement and material of the historic cast iron vault covers and is a common sidewalk treatment throughout this historic district, and that the work will maintain a uniform sidewalk treatment and will not detract from any significant features of the building or streetscape.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Approved. Thank you.